Okay, our common vision is that all people should have the opportunity to live a holistically healthy life. And today you'll be learning about the Healy, a handheld quantum field medical device. So if you're experiencing pain, this may be for you. If you have problems with sleep, this may be for you. If you're experiencing stress, this may be for you. If you need to detoxify, this may be for you. If you would like to access critical information about your body, your chakras, and general well being, this is for you. And let's move on here now. So, this is a disclaimer. While scientific research underlies Healy's technology, its connection to health and wellness has not been extensively explored or demonstrated. The Healy is not intended to cure, treat, mitigate, diagnose, or prevent disease, but rather to support energetic balance and enhance recovery, vitality, and well being. And you'll see there's a lot more to that. This is me. I'm a student and teacher of self help, ascension practices, metaphysics, spiritual development, and well being. And Rajai, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. Thank you, Randall. Yeah,
Sure.
my name is Rajai Kaldani, and I am an entrepreneur, but I've been working with frequencies for about 5 years. And so my first experience with a frequency device was 5 years ago. And the reason I got involved, or how I got involved, was I was completely stressed out. I had adrenal fatigue at the time, and I was experiencing a lot of problems, a lot of issues with my health. So one thing that I had going on was I developed a lump on my lymph node, right armpit, nickel size. That was there for 4 months. I was I had no energy. I was waking up tired, going to bed tired. Panic attacks. I had a 4-hour panic attack on a plane ride, which completely decimated my energy level for almost 2 weeks. Started to have regular attacks. I had anxiety, depression, started to have chest pain, tingling numbness in my arm. I had a blood clot in my leg, moving up my leg. So I was not doing well. I came across a frequency device which I used. Um, I didn't feel anything right away, but I went home, I went to bed, and I woke up 4 hours later feeling totally different, refreshed, energized. So I said, okay, there's something to this, because I felt different. And so I started to research this kind of technology, looked into it. I eventually bought a device, started using it daily. Within a week, my lump, which had been there for 4 months, disappeared. And so I became very, very passionate about this type of technology, started sharing it with people. I eventually quit my job, started doing it full time. And in essentially just April of this year, I was contacted about this new quantum field device coming out of Germany. And the Germans are brilliant. Um, they just have minds like most of us don't. They're pretty smart people. But anyhow, because of the technology I'd been exposed to prior to this, was also a German technology. I was very interested, and once I started to kind of really delve into it, it blew my mind, and I was like, okay, I'm definitely going to run with this new technology. And like Randall mentioned, this clearly is 7 to 10 years ahead of anything else out there on the market currently. And so, what I do now is I do this full time. And since April, I've been able to create a nice income for myself, and I just do this from my home, and kind of connect with people like Randall, great people like him from all over the world, and loving life and enjoying it, and love the blessings that of being able to have a tool that you can use in your home to kind of self perform some self care. So that's my story. I also work with energy myself. I'm a healer in that respect as well. So very and what I found was I wasn't really tapped into my healing abilities prior to me getting involved with the energy medicine, I found that that has opened me up and has made me a lot more sensitive and much more in tune with my own self. So that's my story.
Great. Thanks, Rajai.
Thank you.
I'll now bring the PowerPoint back up. So this is the founder, Marcus Schminke, and Marcus was a concert pianist as a child, a chess master as a young adult, a teenager, and he spent 12 years as a monk in India. And essentially what he has done is combine spirituality and science for this technology. And he developed Time Waver, which is the parent, you might say, I guess, of Healy, of the Healy device. This is the Healy device. And this is derived from Time Waver, which is a much more complicated system. And you need to be certified, actually, to use it, from what I understand. And he also wrote 20 books, or has written 20 books.
Yeah, by the way, the Time Waver technology is specifically for practitioners, a device, a Time Waver device. It's not available in the US, but in Europe would cost anywhere from $30,000 to $40,000. And so they've developed, they've been essentially gathering information and data from the Time Waver practitioners, over 2,000 worldwide, over 15 years, to kind of eventually come to this little portable home unit that you can use without having all the expertise that needed for it.
Okay, so moving on now. So this is what we do. We pair a smartphone and our Healy together. There's an app. There are apps that go with the Healy. There's well, two main apps. There's one basic, and then the Resonance is another app. Those are the two main apps, at least at this stage, anyway. So a little more about Healy. It's a microcurrent device that has been cleared by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for local relief of acute, chronic, and arthritic pain and muscle soreness due to overexertion. Healy also has non-medical applications that use individualized frequencies to help balance your mind and body and relieve stress, and much, much more than that, actually. So these are some of the things that Healy has been used for, and the percentages: pain mainly, regeneration. I wouldn't call that health prevention. I'd call that health maintenance. Stress, chronic complaints, acute complaints, insomnia, wellness, allergies, fitness, skin, depression, and fears. Now, what they've found from surveys is that 80% of the people use their Healy daily. And if you have one or decide to get one, I highly recommend that you do that, because if you don't use it, it's not going to work for you. I use mine 3 times a day, actually, in the morning, usually around early or mid-afternoon, and then before I go to bed at night. Now, I'm not going to go over this, but this will be available on a download, and I'll give you that information later. These are the programs that are on the Healy. You can see that there are many. And this is the Resonance. This is the Healy Resonance. You can see it's everything from Bach flower remedies to pain, psyche, chakra programs, and of course, the Resonance, you can also do a scan. That's the only one that you can do a scan with, where you can scan the chakras. You can send energy to the chakras with others, but this is the only one, the Resonance, that you can do a scan, and that could be for any of these. You could scan for any of these, actually. And if you do it with this one here, the All Healy, it'll tell you which ones your body is asking for, and then you can send frequencies to your body, those frequencies that it's asking for.
Yeah, can I also mention that the amino acid search or scan, that includes minerals and vitamins as well. So it's not just amino acids. So it'll actually it'll interact with your field. So you have your body actually emits energy and there's frequency associated with that. It picks up on that data, analyzes it, and then can determine where you might need some help. And then it can deliver that frequency back to you through that quantum sensor that's in the Healy itself.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Rajai, because those are my favorites. I do every day. I do the Materia Medica. That one is a powerful one. I
Yes.
do amino acids, and I do Schussler salts.
Mhm.
Schussler salts are more minerals. Anyway, all those three, I do them in the morning. Those two only in the morning and at night. But it's amazing. And so your body's telling you what it wants in the way of amino acids and minerals and so forth. And the Healy will send those frequencies to your body. So through the science of quantum physics, the Healy can measure your individual frequency via a quantum sensor. And that's in here, I believe, right?
That's correct. Yep.
Right in here, yes. Then deliver back to you, customized and specific frequencies to realign your cellular, emotional, and or energy centers back into bioenergetic balance. The Healy device can talk directly to your cellular energy. It can ask your cells what they need and then deliver the exact frequencies to your cells, asking for what they're asking for or resonate with for optimal well-being. Now, this is a photograph of blood before a Healy session, someone's blood. This is after being on the Healy for an hour. Now, there are a lot of different time frames. There's for as low as 1 minute, 20 seconds, up to hours you can be on it. But this is after an hour. And this is a before and after.
Yeah, this is really, really, really important. Blood is essentially what transports everything to your body. So it's kind of like so blood is what brings in your groceries and takes out the trash. And so the slide on the left there, the before, so you're seeing red blood cells clump to each other because the charge that they have, they're supposed to have like a little field, kind of like little magnets. They're supposed to repel each other. So you have 4 docking stations for the oxygen molecule in each red blood cell. And so when they're clumped up like that, it's a condition called rouleau, and the blood starts to stick and stack. So when you have that sticking and stacking, first of all the docking stations aren't available for the oxygen molecule to dock, number one. Number two, because they're clumping together, then the flow isn't there. So it's not flowing in the manner that it should. And so therefore you're not delivering optimal oxygen, nutrients, hydration to the cell, and you're not getting rid of metabolic waste. This is going to affect things like the pH of the cell, which can eventually over time cause problems. So as you know, cells make up your tissue make up your organs make up systems, and all the various systems you have in the body make up you. So having healthy red blood cells that can take in the oxygen, deliver it so that utilization is there, is super, super important.
Thanks, Rajai.
Yeah.
Okay, when I first learned about when I first learned about Healy, this was a scan that was done for me. I live in Reno, Nevada, and this scan was done from someone in Costa Rica. They scanned my frequencies, my aura. It's called an aura scan. And again, resonance is the only one that does this. And this is what I got. And then I did my own scan after I had my own Healy. And this came up, and then I thought, okay, I'll work on that. And so this is after I sent myself frequencies, my chakras frequencies, and then this came up, and then this was the last one. I did it 3 times, and then this was the last one. And so this is something that can be done for yourself. This is another thing I do every morning, and also you can do it for other people at a distance. That's just all 3 of them. Now, getting to the Healy apps, this is the basic app, the Healy Gold, and it's derived from Nuno Nina's programs. He's in Portugal, and he's been doing this kind of work for years, and he is part of the Healy world in regards to this particular program specifically.
Yeah, can I mention?
Yeah.
So Nuno Nina is world renowned for his work in frequency medicine. Um, Not only that, but he's an intuitive. So he actually has a gift. So he can actually see and detect frequencies on his own. So he's one of these gifted people. That, if you were to walk into his office, he could actually just read your information and know, like, hey, this is what you need, or where you might have an imbalance within the body. Um, so he actually is the person that developed the 144,000 different frequencies that come with the gold cycle programs. And these are the foundational programs for all the Healy microcurrent programs that you saw earlier. There was 2 sheets of different programs, but all of them consist of frequencies that he's kind of developed. And so, like, you might have a pain program, but it's derived from one of these programs, where it's actually taking a certain set of frequencies that would be good specifically for that issue.
Okay, cool. Let's move on here. Then these are the other next 3. Then you have the Healy Holistic Health, and if with this one, if you get this one, then the gold comes with that, and then the Healy Holistic Health Plus, and if you purchase this one, then the first 3 come with that, and then there's the Resonance program, and with that, all 4 of those programs come with that. Anything else you'd like to add to that?
Yeah, so just so you know, the hardware, regardless of which one you get, the hardware is exactly the same. Now, what they do is they upgrade the software as you upgrade, or they just unlock software applications that you can use. Now, the Healy Resonance, so they all have a quantum sensor in them, but the Healy Resonance is the only one that will allow you to access that quantum sensor, to where you can actually scan your body, make an assessment on which frequencies your body needs, and then send them back to you in the same way, in the same manner that you were able to scan. So here we're using the quantum field, whereas the other devices, they're not using the quantum field, or the other packages, you're actually there, you're doing a microcurrent session. So you can run a program, you have these wristbands that come with it, you can connect to it, and what it does is it runs a small little microcurrent through the body to charge up the cell membrane. So think of it like everything is electrical in nature. We're electrical beings. We're essentially energetic electrical beings. And think of what I kind of like, how I like to simplify it. So think of like what we're doing when we turn the switch on to turn on the light, right? So you close the circuit, and there's a current of an electrical current running through the wires, which animates or lights up the light bulb. Well, we work much the same way. We have microcurrents that run through our body. Think of like meridian points or traditional Chinese medicine. And so we're closing the loop, or you close the circuit and you run a current right through the body that's going to bioresonate with all the systems in the body, depending on which program you're running. So different frequencies are going to follow different pathways. But essentially, we're charging up that cell membrane to allow that respiration to be optimized, stimulate ATP production, which is the energy of the cell, and essentially upregulate cell function. And so that's how we're doing it. So that is one way to deliver the frequencies, is through the microcurrent. And you can only, the microcurrent works with all 4, but in order to utilize the quantum field to be able to scan remotely even, so you could scan for people that aren't physically there, you could actually program them in, you can connect to them energetically, scan them, and then send frequencies back to them. That could only be done with the Healy Resonance. And then in addition to the additional programs that you get that we kind of touched upon earlier, you also get the aura module. So that's where you could actually run a scan on your aura as well. So that's really the main distinction between the first three, and the resonance. I personally use my resonance every day, and that's obviously my favorite one. So.
This is going to be a demonstration using a Healy. So first I'm turning my Healy on. Then I'm going to go to my Blue app. I'm going to do the Resonance app, the Healy Analyze app. Click on Next. And now they're both blinking. First I had the green light blinking because that was the Healy on, and now the Bluetooth is blinking, so they're connecting now. Now I'm going to click on Resonance Analyze and go to my name, and I'm going to choose, well, these are all the programs in here. I'm going to go to the bottom one, All Healys, and I'm going to click on Start Analysis. And now I'm going to put my thumb down here, and with the intention of Healy giving me the programs that are most beneficial for me, for my body at this time. So it gave me 5 programs, which is normal. Will give 5 programs: Mental Balance, Deep Cycle, Healy Chakras, Healy Beauty programs, and Healy Bioenergetic Balance 2. So now I can click on Actions, and I could show a PDF of that, but I'm going to just click on Vibrate, and I'm going to click, I normally click on 1 minute 20 seconds for this. Sometimes I do longer, but there are many different time frames here, even up to hours or manually. Okay, I'm going to click on 8 seconds here now. I normally go longer, but and then start. And it's sending frequencies and receiving frequencies. Sending frequencies to my body now and receiving, and my intention is to be open to receive. It's that simple. Now I could go to the resonance here and choose any of these. For example, I could see which amino acids my body wants right now. Which amino acids are most beneficial for my body at this time. And then click on Actions and Vibrate. And again, I'm going to go a short period of time here. Let's do 8 seconds again. Normally I would go longer than 8 seconds. I can do an aura analysis now by clicking on Aura Analysis and record aura. And then click up here and it'll show my aura. So these are my chakras at this time, and it always highlights the 3 lowest, and I could send energy to those, or I could choose to do something like this and send an energy to all of them. That's it for this demonstration. It's quite easy to use the Healy. First, you turn on your Healy, you connect it with your smart device, and you choose the program you want, and you run an analysis. And then send the frequencies to yourself, the appropriate frequencies. First one I'll share is with sleep. I don't normally have a problem sleeping, but once in a while, if I'm concerned about something or excited about something, I'll wake up after maybe 3 hours of sleep, and then I don't go back to sleep for maybe another 2 or 3 hours. And so I usually get up and meditate or work on a project. Well, this time I thought, well, I think I'll use the Healy, and I didn't use the resonance. There are programs where you can connect the electrodes, yeah, or you can use the resonance. So I used the resonance, and I turned my phone so it would not shut off, and I set it so it would not shut off, and I turned it on, and I put it on for I think it was 2 hours and 49 minutes or something like that, and I went to sleep virtually right away, and woke up a couple hours later, or 3 hours later, or something like that. And I did wake up a couple times, but just rolled over and went right back to sleep. And then I thought I'll try going back to sleep without the Healy, and I wasn't able to for I didn't do it too long, maybe 15 minutes or so, and I hooked up the Healy again, or turned it on again, I should say, and sure enough, went back to sleep and slept for another 2 or 3 hours. So anyway, that was one, and that was real exciting because when I have those spurts when I go to sleep and wake up, I just don't go back to sleep again for hours. Let's see what else. My lower back, I in my lower back, I've had some some minor discomfort or pain, and sometimes it would get severe or something, or to a point where I definitely need to go to my chiropractor. But this what I found is that for some reason it started getting less and less and less, and I have been working with the Resonance Pain Psyche program for that. I've never actually used the electrodes other than the wristbands. I use those, but I've never used the little sticky things like they give you in the doctor's office. They're still in the package actually. Um, so it started getting better and better, and then I got to where it was just like a tightness. It wasn't pain or anything. It was like a tightness. Then recently I went to go see my chiropractor again because I do that on a regular basis just as for maintenance. And he always says it seems like that, there's a little twist jaw down here. And he kind of puts his hand on the left lower back area. And I thought, I wonder if he's going to say that this time. And sure enough, he didn't say it. He did he did his thing on me, and he did not say anything about that little twist. So I don't know what's going on, but whatever it is, it's good. Um, let's see what else. One real quickly, there was someone I was working something out with. We were having a disagreement. We were negotiating, I guess you might say, going back and forth and back and forth. And I did an aura scan on her. And that day that I did the aura scan, we worked it all out. Like an hour maybe before I did the scan on her, maybe less. And I'm not going to read the whole thing, but this is the last sentence. It said, she brought it to my attention because I sent that to her, and she was on her computer, and she said, "Look at this." And this is the last sentence of that. With a sense of me, a coherent moment is adapted where the other person is receptive and open to or at least capable of dealing with conflict. And we had just worked that conflict out. So I was amazed. And let's see what else. There's a little bit of I had a little bit of a thing with my left hip, almost not pain, maybe kind of discomfort, or just like I'm feeling a little weakness when I'd be on the treadmill at the gym. I haven't felt that at all since I've been working with the Healy. It's just like not a bit. Okay, I guess that's all I have for that. Anything you want to add at this point, Rajai?
Yeah. So I'll talk about my experiences and kind of what I've seen with the Healy so far. Some of the stuff will blow your mind that I've heard. I mean, it's almost like it's too good to be true when you hear it, and it's like, okay, that's crazy, but it's happening. For me, I've been noticing that my sleep is better. I sleep a lot better. I sleep sounder. Um, and mental balance, my emotional state just seems just even keel, and I feel just centered all the time. I didn't have any major health issues just because I've been working with other frequency devices for 5 years now. But some of the responses I've been getting from people have absolutely blown my mind. Um, I got a call earlier this week, as an example. lady who bought a Healy for her sister, and her sister has got a debilitating degenerative disease. I'll just say that. I won't name it, but essentially lots of pain, immense amounts of pain, and up and down her spine. And so she called me just to share the experience that her sister had. You know, she took the electrodes. So there's like little sticky electrodes that you can attach to local areas. So say if you have a knee, elbow, whatever it is that wherever you might have an issue, and you can target frequencies localized in that area where you're sending a direct microcurrent frequencies to help with things like inflammation and chronic pain. Right. So she set her up on this chronic pain program, and she's doing other things, and suddenly she hears her sister kind of sniveling, and like she hears weird sounds coming from her, and she looks over. And by the way, she's like stage 4 with her condition, so it's very, very bad. And she's crying, and she's like, "Hey, why are you crying?" And she goes, "Well, the pain's gone. Yeah, I can't even remember the last time I haven't had pain." And that's huge. You know, if you can give relief to people like that, it's a blessing. It's amazing. It's like, oh my God. You just got to share it with people. And that's what I love about this is it grows organically. People just share it just because people become passionate about the technology, just like I became passionate about the whole frequency energy-based healing 5 years ago when I had my massive breakthrough. So maybe we could, Randall, you want to, if you have more to add, or we could talk about pricing. And then also, I want to also talk about the free upgrades that people have options. People can actually earn free devices. So I'd like to kind of talk about that. And
Yeah.
if you want to get
that was going to be next. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right. So let me go on here. So this is the Healy Gold on the left, and that's $470. And then the Healy Holistic Health on the right there. And if you buy the Holistic Health, you receive the gold as well. And then if the Holistic Health Plus down on the bottom left, if you purchase that, then you get all 3 of those programs. Well, apps, I guess maybe I should say that there's a lot of different programs within those. And then if you invest in the resonance, you have all 4 of those. Now, is there something else you'd like to add at this point, Vijay?
Yeah, I would. You know, something we don't talk about much, but there's actually other products as well. So one thing we didn't talk about is the DNA or digital nutrition app.
Yeah, let me go to that.
Okay. Yeah. So that's a separate app. And with that, as a matter of fact, I'm doing a DNA program right now, and there's a skin program. So you have 10 pages of different programs. So you actually have them on there. So you have 48 substance combinations. So I'm doing the skin. That's one substance combination. It's a 80-minute program, and it's going to run frequencies of ingredients, frequencies of herbs and ingredients that would support the skin. Then you have 72 individual substances like vitamins, proteins. Like if you wanted to do vitamin or potassium, you could run the frequency of potassium through your body, or calcium, or whatever it is that you need. So that's one other product that's also part of the Healy suite. The other piece of it is a watch. So kind of like you have a Fitbit or an Apple Watch. Well, it's like an Apple Watch, but on steroids. So because you pretty much have all the functionality that you would have in a Healy or a Apple Watch or something like that. But in addition to that, this actually talks to the medical cloud, because we are a medical device company. It has individual programs that you can run that are specific to the watch. and it talks to your Healy. So it's kind of like so it'll measure, analyze, and then make recommendations and deliver certain frequencies. So it really is a fantastic product, and for the price point, it's actually very, very affordable. I think it's under $250. So I don't know what an Apple Watch would cost, but I think those are like normally, I don't know, $600, $600. So you're getting a steal with the Healy watch, and you get it to be able to talk to um, your Healy and the medical cloud.
So this is all three of what you were talking about there. You have the digital nutrition application known as the DNA, and then the Healy, and also the watch. Well, first of all, if you were invited to this by somebody else other than me, then please go to them first. If not, then you can go to my website, timelyguidance.com, and you'll see Healy on the left side. Click on that on the menu on the left upper side, or go to timelyguidance.com/Healy, either one of those, and you'll get to that page. And there you can see links to, there's some more videos, and you can also see links to look more at the products and so forth. So Healy's an opportunity as well. So it's not only for your well-being, but it can also be something that you can share with other people. And there's an income opportunity there as well. And I will mention that well, maybe some might call it the elephant in the room, that it is an MLM. It's multi-level marketing. It's known as direct sales. It's known as social sharing. There's a lot of terms for it. It's just another way to distribute a product. As a matter of fact, correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I understand, Healy first gave the product to practitioners, and that didn't go very far with that. They just used it themselves. Then they created a website, and that didn't go very far. And then they did it through this way of people sharing with other people, and it's exploded, from what I understand.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, direct marketing or MLM is actually a fantastic way to penetrate the market. Just because things grow organically and people love sharing things they love. And why Healy is different than really any other a company like this. First of all, it's the product. It's a very unique product, and I do believe the product is at this time with the right people, and for the time coming. We need essentially healing, and healing to take that to happen very quickly, especially with where we're going. But the product is very unique, so you don't have much competition in the way of the product. A lot of people that normally wouldn't do MLMs are actually doing Healy because of that, right? Because they're resonating with what the product is for and what it's done for other people, and also just the vision of the company. All right, the company has a vision of reaching over 100 million households, which I do believe they will do, and it's absolutely taking off like crazy. I mean, it's actually mind-boggling how fast it's going, and the other piece of it is you could actually make money with this company. There have been a lot of companies out there that people have joined in the past where they don't really make much money, with these MLM companies. They work real hard and there's no real return on investment. For me, I mean, I've been doing this since April. I'm paying my bills and I'm making a ton of money just by sharing something I love. And I don't have to work a job because this has been a fabulous opportunity for me. So you can really, really make a good amount of money, but also it's free to become a member. So it's like, okay, it's a no-brainer. It's free. And then not only that, but if you become a member and then you have a few sales, you can actually earn free devices. So I love the Fast Start program that they have. One of the biggest, what I love the most about the Fast Start program is if you buy the Healy Resonance, which is the top model, okay, and you have 3 sales in your first 30 days, doesn't matter what you sell, they'll give you a second free resonance. You get 2 for the price of 1. So now you can share it with a family member or a friend. You could sell it, whatever you want to do with it. but I have 5, and I'm so I love that, and that's a really great opportunity. And really, it's anyone can do it. It's really that easy. It's the easiest thing I've ever done in my life.
Well, and I know there are 2 guys in Australia I've seen their videos. They just get people together in their home or out in some public place, and they offer aura scans. That's all they do. And I will say, originally, I wasn't interested because I've had bad experiences with MLMs. I was not interested in the business. I was interested in the technology. Then I thought, well, geez, if I'm going to be, investing in this Healy, maybe I can pay for the Healy by sharing it. And I did that. And all I'll say is I've more than, well, I've paid for my Healy investment, my residence investments, and much, much more. And all I've been doing is sharing. Now, I can't guarantee your experience would be the same as mine, though. It's just a matter of each person doing what's right for them. But it worked for me, and it's working for Rajai. Uh, and let's see, anything else you want to say about?
Yeah. Also, I want to mention with the opportunity, it's a global opportunity. Right now, they're available in 45 countries, and it's a brand new company. So it's kind of like a ground floor opportunity. Imagine getting, hooking up with Cisco systems or Google in the first couple years, maybe first year and a half of from actually launching, or imagine being one of the first people to sign up with Amway 50, 60 years ago, or wherever, however, whenever that started. There's definitely an income that can be had, and for a lot of people, it's been an absolute blessing, especially with what's going on right now. A lot of people have lost income, lost their jobs, and this is another way to supplement income. And it's very easy to do. And I did it pretty much during the lockdown, during COVID. I just started calling people I knew, and very quickly, I had 2,400 people in my group. So it's growing very, very fast. So it
Yeah,
really is something that you should consider for sure.
it is very unique. There, like Rajai said, there are some other programs out there like Time Waiver that cost $10,000, $30,000, $1,000 or more. But there's nobody else that has a little device like this that will do so much. And well, it's kind of like somebody said, it's like being one of the first people to have an iPhone. Of
Right.
course, if you're not into iPhones, maybe an Android.
Sure, but the cool thing is you could actually capitalize on this in terms of turning it into a business too, a money-making opportunity. Where if you bought an iPhone when it first came out, well, yeah, you bought one, but I mean, you spent money,
Yeah,
but it made
exactly. You're not going to get your money back. If you go to timelyguidance.com/Healy, or you could just go to Timely Guidance and go to the menu and go to that page. You'll see a couple other videos, a few other videos. I think I have 3 on there, and also you can download all those different programs that are in there and see what those are. And there are links also if you decide to purchase or just want to look further, depending on whether you're in the United States, you're in Germany, or at some other country. And you feel free to send an email to me too at rtmonk@gmail.com if you have questions that haven't been addressed. timelyguidance.com/Healy if you want more information, or send an email to me, rtmonk@gmail.com. And if somebody else invited you, please contact them. And thank you very much, everyone, for attending and being a part of this. It's greatly appreciated. And much love and many blessings, everybody. Thank you.